Hi, I'm Johan the Viking Prepper, and today I want to pass on my top 5 pieces of advice for the person that's just starting out, so stay tuned. Hello Viking warriors. When starting to prep, it's easy to get carried away. And I also feel somewhat overwhelmed and not sure where to start. So these 5 tips will help you get a better focus and also some ideas on what to do and what not to do. So here we go. Number 1, threat analysis. Well, at this point, you already know that you have a reason to prepare. But what are you preparing for exactly? You need to get a focus because this is super important so that you're not running around like a chicken with no head, not knowing what to learn, and spending money on things that you don't necessarily need at this point in your preps. So why would you need to learn bushcraft skills and wilderness survival if you don't even have your home secured, or bug out bags for the entire family, or even a 72-hour emergency kit? That's like the bare minimum, right? And anyway, I've created a threat analysis spreadsheet for this purpose to single out threats from most likely to occur to least likely to occur. And if you're interested, you can go to my website at thevikingprepper.com where you can download it for free. I will also leave a link to it in the description below this video. And don't worry, I'm not trying to sell you anything. Everything is free. So go there and download the checklist. And by filling in the threat analysis, it will tell you what your focus should be on, and things to keep on your radar once you finished your most urgent preps. Now, I wish I had one of these when I first started out, because it would have saved me lots of time and money and given me a clear focus on what I should spend my hard-earned money on. Number 2, create a plan. To be honest, I didn't really tell my wife my whole plan for prepping when I first started. Part of it is because I didn't really have a plan. And also, I know she wasn't really going to approve of some of the things that I wanted to spend money on. So the mistakes I did of not having a plan was that I would research one subject and then learn as much as I could in that one project, like that one thing. And then I would go out and buy the gear and the products for it, realizing later that I should have focused on more urgent preps and that I didn't need it at this point in time in my prepping. So when I first started, I just started to sneak in some things here and there. And even today, I don't think my wife is aware of all the gear and preps that I have to protect and provide for the family. But looking back at my newbie or noob skills, like my son would have said, like a noob prepper skills, I sat down and created a plan and checklists to make sure I was prepared, for the threats I deem most urgent. And since then, my plan and checklists have just grown. You see, prepping is not just an ongoing lifestyle. You need to start walking before you can run, right? And today I know that my wife appreciates my preps and my preparedness, because I think because it's kind of rubbing off on her, and I also think that she's noticing things in society and the world and where it's heading. And I know that she appreciates my preparedness when the power is out or if the water gets contaminated. She's still able to stay warm and dry, have a great meal, and shower, wash, even flush the toilets if you have to. And I'm also sure she will appreciate all my other preps if and when we do need to bug out and leave our home. At some point, you might have to leave your home for an alternate location. Number 3, buy wisely. Now, once you've done your threat analysis and created a plan that includes a budget for your preps, you will need to go out and start buying your gear and products. And when you do go out and buy gear, food and water, different supplies, there's ways to save money doing so. One might think that you should run out and buy everything on the cheap, but you get what you pay for. Our other way to buy good gear when on sale than to buy something cheap that will most likely fail in the first time you use it. So most gear that I buy is new, but some of my preparedness and prepper gears that I buy are also used items that I buy at garage sales or from local classified ads like online, like Kijiji or similar websites like that. And also make sure that you follow your plan to the T, so you don't waste time and money on items that you don't necessarily need, because it is so tempting when you're out there and you have all this long list of things in your mind and things that you might need, but you don't need them that urgent right away. So it's very tempting to buy things that you don't necessarily need. So keep that in mind. Number 4, learn skills. Once you've done your threat analysis and you created a plan for your preparedness and you're getting comfortable and settled in your preps, at this point, you've figured out all your short-term preps, like including a bug-out bag, alternative bug-out locations. And you should also at this point have a look at your skills and reassess them. Because some of them you already know and some you learn on the way during your preparedness. But remember that prepping is constant learning and it's impossible to know everything. Like if you want to learn some more new skills, I would check out some local colleges because they will have evening or weekend courses in pretty much anything you want to learn. Let's say carpentry or welding, farming. I've also seen solar energy, just to name a few that you could look into. And if you don't have or know anything about firearms, I would say now is a good time to join a club and a gun range and learn those skills. Even if you're a pacifist, because there might be a time when the only way to protect yourself or your family is the use of a firearm. Now, you can also check out websites like meetups, because they have groups of people and hobbyists that meet on a regular basis, and they practice anything from it could be hiking or camping, survival, food canning, gardening. I've even seen beekeeping. And at this point, you can also create a survival library of books and information. That's impossible. It's kind of impossible to remember everything, and also you're not going to be able to learn everything. So to have a survival library of books is quite important. You can have digital versions, but obviously for obvious reasons, you also need a non-digital copy. Power outages or the device you're trying to read on is not going to work, or anything like that, right? So when working in the trades as a carpenter, we had a saying about guys that tried to do everything and be everything. And we used to call them jack of all trades, but master of none. Because it's impossible to be a master in everything. You know already what you're great at, so fine-tune those skills and then learn new things as you go. Number 5, build community. Because at this point, you're an advanced prepper and all set in your preps and skills. Building a community is the last step and only way to survive long-term in preparedness, the way I see it, because very few lone wolves will survive after a societal collapse. Like I said earlier, it's impossible to learn and be a master in everything, and I have to be honest, I know my limitations. I can provide security and I can build and fix most things, but I'm not that great at growing fruit and vegetables. And in reality though, we still need to live, work, and our children needs to go to school, and as long as amenities are there, we should all use and enjoy them. So my thinking about community is having one foot in society and the other at the land or the property where the community meets and prepare together. Now, you're now ready to start finding like-minded people that you can build rapport with and build trust. Maybe you already have like-minded friends or family, or you've gotten to know someone in your journey of preparedness where you're learning new skills. And either way, you're about to or have acquired some land, or you're in the trust with someone that has land and are looking to build a community for an unpredictable world. Now, in my next video, I will talk more about survival prepping for normal people, like making a detailed, tailored plan geared towards you and your family needs and the stigma of being a prepper. like like TV shows like Doomsday Preppers have created that stigma and the bad taste in the mouth of the word prepper. And I just ask you to join me and other Viking warriors, and together we will navigate the journey towards living a stress-free and prepared lifestyle. As a good warrior, we plan, we prepare to prevail. I love your feedback and thoughts on this video. Please leave me a comment in the comment section below this video, and you can also ask questions or suggest other topics that you'd like me to cover. I look forward to connecting and sharing my experiences with you. Until next time, be prepared and be safe.